Welcome to day 31, the World Cup final edition of the Match World Cup video blog in association with Chewits. Now the fact that this is the World Cup final edition, those 3 words, that means that this is the biggest blog of the entire World Cup. That first match, forget about it. England's games, they don't matter. This is 100 times, 1,000 times even, bigger than any other match at the World Cup, because the winner of it, that means that that team will go on for the next 4 years as the world champions, the biggest honour you can possibly have in football, and that's now been decided. Absolutely huge. The final whistle went a few minutes ago, and we know the result, we know the winners, and I'm sure you do at home as well, because Spain, absolutely fantastic, have won the World Cup 1-0 in extra time against Holland. Now I think over the tournament they definitely deserve it. They've been the best team collectively, they played really well, rock solid defence, fantastic midfield and really fantastic strikers as well, and they've been really dangerous in every game they've played. They might have lost that first game against Switzerland, but that's a distant memory now because they've won the final with a fantastic Iniesta goal, and they're celebrating, they're still celebrating out on the pitch, no doubt about it, partying away. You can see his face when he received that trophy, was so happy. And you see the pictures of the royal family, the Spanish royal family, going like this and dancing up and down. Can you imagine our Queen doing that? I don't think so, but you never know. If we win the World Cup, we'll have to wait and see how she reacts, because that Spanish royal family was so happy. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick run through on the night now. On the night, I would say, even though I think Spain deserved to win this World Cup for their performances over the tournament, I think the game could have gone either way, really easily. Both Iker Casillas in the Spain goal and Stekelenburg in the Holland goal made great saves. With their legs, actually the best saves, really good stops. Ian Robben and David Villa both had really good chances, but they couldn't find a way through. So it got to the end of normal time and it was 0-0, and it had to go to extra time, an extra time World Cup final match. It's not that unusual, but it's really exciting. This brings me to a bit of a point actually. People were talking at half time about how the fact the game wasn't very good at full time, it's not a classic, I've not really enjoyed the game. I thought this game was fantastic. I've not enjoyed a World Cup final this well for absolutely years, probably since 1990, which is a long time ago now. The football was awesome. Maybe in the first half there were some bad moments, and I'll come to that later. But I think overall this game was awesome. Fantastic midfield play, real good battle, contrasting styles, and really exciting and tense to watch. So, end of normal time, and it was 0-0, and then it got into extra time. That's when things started to be stirred up a bit. Space started opening up on the pitch, and chances created more and more. But the space factor, that was really helped when one man was sent off. And I'm afraid that was because it was probably a justified sending off. It probably was. Johnny Heitinga, the Everton and Holland defender, was the man to get his marching orders for putting his hand on the shoulder of Iniesta as he ran through and pulling him back, and he went down. So that's the second yellow card, and Heitinga was off. I don't think there was much downward pressure from Heitinga. I think the contact was really minimal, so I think it was a pretty harsh booking. But the defender knows as soon as he puts his hand up on the back or on the shoulders or anywhere in the upper body of the attacking player, and he's opening himself up to getting booked. So he'll really be gutted about that right now. He'll be gutted they've lost the World Cup, of course, but he'll be even more gutted that he was sent off at that crucial time. Okay, now after that point, game got more and more open, decent chances coming, but nothing really clear cut until 4 minutes from the end of extra time in the second half. Andres Iniesta stepped up, possibly my favourite player in the Spain team, and he pinged a beautiful volley past Stekelenburg into the goal after a bit of a breakaway move by Spain. Now, Holland had some massive complaints when this happened. Spain went off and celebrated, and they went absolutely crazy. Iniesta was so happy, and who can blame him? The little ghost-faced midfielder got absolutely crazy down the side of the pitch, and all of the squad, all the substitutes ran down and they jumped upon him. I was a bit surprised that he could even run after he'd got out from underneath that bundle. However, the Holland fans and the Holland players were really upset, and I completely agree with their reason for being upset. Because in the build-up to the move where Spain scored from, Elia was on the left wing for Holland attacking, and he was crunched and he was blocked and he was stopped from keeping the ball by, I think, a foul by the Spain defence. However, Howard Webb looked at it, he said no, play went on, they broke down the pitch, nice through ball from Fabregas to Iniesta, who teed himself up and smashed the volley past Stekelenburg. As I say, I think the game shouldn't have even got to that point, because they looked like a definite foul to me. It looked so clear. But Howard Webb's a top quality referee, and well, you have to go and trust him. And all the Holland players were saying, you've got this wrong, ref. We've got an interview with Howard in this week's magazine, so you can see some feedback from him about refereeing massive games like this in Matchmag this week. But I don't think he's going to have an answer to the fact that this huge game has turned on this moment. And I'm sure, I hope, when he watches the replays, that he'll be happy with what he's done. But I wouldn't be so sure, so I'll have to wait and see on that with some feedback from him. So Spain went off at the final whistle and they celebrated. Holland's fans and the players were absolutely gutted. All over the pitch, all the players down on their knees, absolutely gutted. Van Persie, obviously Schneider and Robben, who had some decent chances to win the game, they were all looking so upset, and you've got to feel bad for them, because Spain are now going to be walking around for the next 4 years as World Cup winners, and they'll be absolutely buzzing because of that. Just to take it back now, obviously that's the result. It was a 1-0 win to Spain, but to take it back to the inside of the game, what the major point was at the end of the first half was that Holland had been pretty tough in the tackle, and there had been some dirty moments with actually some of the tackling and some of the play that had been going on. This kung fu kick that took place, yeah, this is football, but there was a kung fu kick. Nigel de Jong flew through the air, trying to get the ball. He didn't mean to get Alonso, but he's absolutely panged him right in the chest, with all of his 6 studs right into the middle of his chest, right here. And because of that, there was lots of Spain players getting up and asking for yellow cards, and there was quite a lot of angry and upset people. In fact, the Spain players would have been asking for red cards on that situation, because De Jong, for that kind of tackle, he should have been going off. And then after that, there were a few more moments. Mark van Bommel, he got booked, Heitinga got booked, and there were so many bookings in the Holland team, and a few in the Spain team as well. And it did affect things in that first half. But after that, the game stepped up, and I think the quality of the football took over. I was a bit annoyed in that first half, and actually through the game, that following this rather aggressive start by Holland, the Spain players kept doing this to Howard Webb after a foul had taken place, or maybe not even a foul. And the player should never be asking for a referee to book somebody else. No matter what the moment or the foul, it's the referee's decision. And that really did annoy me. And for a little while there I was thinking, yeah, you stop doing that, Howard should be booking you for asking for these bookings. But fortunately, it all stopped and the football took over in that second half and in the extra time, and we got a really exciting final. I think maybe a little bit of analysis just quickly on the players, the best players of the game. I think for Spain, Iker Casillas was awesome, the back four very solid, Iniesta was the star man even before he scored the goal. And I think there was some quite nice running from Pedro as well, so that selection, keeping Torres off the pitch and having Pedro as a starter, that probably made a difference as well. For Holland, Joris Matthijssen at centre half was absolutely top class. Him and Heitinga kept the strike force of Spain, which is so packed full of quality, really quiet for the match. And Matthijssen was winning tackle and header after header. Fantastic play from him. And Gio van Bronckhorst alongside him at left back, he had a great game as well. So he can be really proud of himself as captain for leading his team by a good solid example. The best player, however, maybe apart from Matthijssen, was Robben. But he's going to be pig sick now, because he broke through on goal. He had some real chances there to go on and win this game, and it didn't happen for him. He didn't look like he believed he could do it when he faced Iker Casillas. He ran through, Casillas was big, he stood there like this, and he refused to dive either way. So Robben had to pick his spot, and Casillas was strong enough and was big enough to stop that ball. And fair play to him, that was massive. But I think Robben's going to be feeling pig sick right now. Okay. All of that's going to be breaking down now. There's going to be loads more news coming out regarding the World Cup final for days and days and days. So I'm not going to make this my last World Cup video, Brock. I'm going to come back tomorrow and I'm going to give you all the feedback from what the players have been saying afterwards and everything that's been going on around the biggest game in footy. Check out Matchmag for all the reports and all the latest news and all the pictures from the World Cup. And we'll be back with you tomorrow for more chit chat. That's the end of our Match World Cup video blog in association with Chewies. I'll see you then.